I've literally just woke up, so I probably look a mess. And I'm in my onesie as well, so yeah. I literally just woke up, but I want to do this review quickly before it goes out of my mind. I saw the movie on the 4th when it came out, but we went round about midnight to see the movie when it actually came out. So when the movie was finished, it was the 5th of August, and it was like in the morning. It was like 3 in the morning, I'm pretty sure it was. But the movie, let's just get straight down to it. The movie was absolutely wonderful. Loved it. Loved Will Smith. He's Will Smith. Loved Margot Robbie. Loved everyone else. Harley Quinn was a funny character. So was Will Smith. I don't know what to say. The movie was absolutely epic. I liked the storyboard. I liked everything to it. Except at the beginning of the movie, I felt that they kind of rushed it a bit. Because like they could have like I'm not really a nerd, like a super nerd in the DC universe, so the comics and animations. So I've never seen it. I've never seen the animation, or I've never read the comic if there is one of Suicide Squad. But for me, the movie got rushed a bit. I was listening, so. But for me, the movie got rushed a bit because like they could have left like a bit of time between actually forming the Suicide Squad. But right when you get into the movie, it's just straight away who they are. Like obviously, that's all right, but you could like left a little bit of time into it. But like straight away into the movie, it's like this is who they are. I'm forming a team. Let's do this. Honestly, I was like, okay then. Let's. I guess that's what we came to see. Um, Now let's talk about fudge. What's his name? Rick Flag, is it? And Deadshot. I felt that there was a lot of tension between those two. That's what I liked about the movie was the tension, the funny lines that they had between each other. Like for instance, during the movie, there was a scene where there was those black alien things attacking. Don't know what the name was. Watched the movie like 2 days ago. Don't care. Um, those things were attacking them, and Will Smith was basically he was on a car. There was a car there, and then there was like an army of those alien things running towards. Basically, the Suicide Squad was with some army guys. As bad as that sounds, I'm not a huge nerd of the world, so there were some army guys, and then there was the Suicide Squad, and then the aliens were on the other side, and they were running towards them. There was a car in between all of them. Will Smith jumped onto the car, and he was like everyone else behind Will Smith was shooting at the aliens. Meanwhile, Will Smith was in front of all of them on the car going like that, like just shooting at all of them, and everyone stopped shooting and like because obviously they're bad guys, so the soldiers obviously thought that the Suicide Squad were just bad guys. They were idiots. They were scum. But when Will Smith was actually on the car shooting down all the aliens, when Deadshot was on the car shooting down all the aliens, there were no aliens for any of the soldiers on that side to shoot. Basically, the soldiers were on one side, and they couldn't shoot the aliens because Will Smith or Deadshot was taking out all of them. He was doing an absolutely amazing job. And all the soldiers, they at first they were shooting, and then when they saw Deadshot taking out all the aliens, they were absolutely amazed. And I think when Will Smith went to Rick Flag, because Rick Flag thought that he was going to cut and run, is what he said to him. And then Will Smith said a really sharp, cheeky line to him, I guess. And he went, "Yeah, that's how I run. That's how I cut and run." Is what he said to him in his ear. Then he walked away, and Rick Flag was absolutely amazed. Harley Quinn, I really liked. Margot Robbie, skills, love it. And especially in the elevator scene where she actually ran up the full elevator, did a front flip, and took out the alien. I absolutely loved it. Margot Robbie was so funny. How everyone thought that she was just going to run away. And when they found her, basically, she went in an elevator, and the elevator was going up to a top floor. And everyone else went up to the top floor. They were waiting for her, and they had their guns and everything. And when she came out the elevator, she was like, "Hi guys!" And then she just like walked on. That was so funny because like it leaves attention that they thought she was running away, when in actual fact she kind of was. And then when she walked past them all, she was like, "Come on, hurry up!" And then they're like, "What the? I thought she was running away." Absolutely loved it. Anything else? Killer Croc. He was funny. Basically, they were in a bar. If you've seen from the trailer, they were in a bar. They were in a bar, and basically, Margot Robbie said, "We're all ugly," and then she said to Killer Croc, "Except for him." It was so funny. Everyone was just laughing, like, "You're not ugly, Killer Croc." Then Killer Croc went, "No." Then she said, "He's ugly on the outside, though." She whispered to everyone. Excuse me. And Killer Croc went, "No, I'm beautiful." Honestly, it was the funniest thing because he's a crocodile. He's a killer. He's a crocodile. He's not beautiful. That's where the humor is. So I like the fact that they took out the fact that he's a crocodile and he's like a killer, and he's going, "I'm beautiful," when in actual fact he's not. He's a crocodile. Crocodiles are beautiful creatures, but like he's ugly, and he's saying, "I'm beautiful," stuff like that. I love the comedy that they actually put into it. Meanwhile, with all there was a lot of it was a big love story, obviously, between Harley Quinn and the Joker. It was a really big love story between those two. Mostly at the end of the movie, I thought that Deadshot and Harley Quinn would have sex, because in, I think it was the Suicide Squad animation, I've seen bits of it, I think this is from the animation. I know I said I've never seen it, but I'm not even sure. This was from an animation. It was made by Warner Bros. Don't worry, it wasn't a fan-made one. It was from, I think it was Suicide Squad, where Deadshot or Deadshot had sex with Harley Quinn, so that's why I thought that they'd put it into the movie. Unless that's a whole different other comic. I'm not sure, don't get angry at me for that, please. um, Deathstroke. I really wanted Deathstroke to be in it. It would have been so awesome, but obviously they couldn't find an actor with such great skill. But I absolutely loved it all. But frankly, to me, it would have been better if Deathstroke was in it, but he wasn't. Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy could have been in it. Oh, that would have been amazing. Like, basically, Enchantress. I don't remember her being from any of the DC comics, but um, they put Enchantress into the movie, but they didn't put anyone else, any other well-known villain like Poison Ivy or Penguin. They could have put Penguin into it, although he would have been more of a comedy kind of character instead of a really serious one. He would have been one of those characters that just says funny things and would have gotten like cut off or would have died eventually. And that's fine. Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is the Joker. I don't like the Joker. I mean, I love the Joker, obviously. Why so serious? But they completely changed the Joker, Jared Leto. I love Jared Leto. Don't get me wrong. He's a good actor. I liked his acting as the Joker. I just don't like what they've done with him, because the Joker's always had that smile thing there. He's always had his cut on his lip, and that's why I think they've taken away from the Joker. And they said that Suicide Squad had bad reviews in a few countries. I can understand that because they changed the Joker. I think that's probably one of the reasons. I think he didn't have the cut there, the scar. That's what the Joker's all about. It's like, why so serious? See, that's what the cut's all about. That's part of the Joker. Heath Ledger. Oh my goodness, if he was in it. He's really old. Jared Leto's got abs for days, and, well, can you imagine Heath Ledger and Margot Robbie? Heath Ledger's like really old, and Margot Robbie's like really young. I will say another thing. I like Margot Robbie. She was in Wolf of Wall Street. I think that's what it's called. Funny movie. I've seen clips of it. It's a funny movie. But yeah, about the Joker. And the Joker's, the movie, yes, I can understand with all the gangster movie. I can understand with all the gangster music. That's fine, having gangster music and stuff like that. Because, like, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But what I don't like is the fact that Joker's he's a gangster now. He's not even the Joker anymore. He's really not. And, I mean, I guess that's what people want, I guess. He's a gangster. He's got the metal or silver or something teeth. He's got his hair's cut. He still wears lipstick, which is really, if he doesn't have the cut there, what's the point of the lipstick? You just, no. They did eventually turn. They showed us because Harley Quinn's dream in the movie, because when they're fighting Enchantress, they went to fight her, but Enchantress showed Harley Quinn's dream of the Joker, and it was of Harley Quinn being a normal human, like no makeup, no paint, well, no like white paint on her face, and the Joker had no white paint. He was just a normal dude, no cut, no lipstick, no white paint, no green hair, no anything. Just looked normal, and that was one of Harley Quinn's dreams. But speaking of Harley Quinn and how she became Harley Quinn, it disgusted me, the scene. There was a scene of her and Joker jumping into a toxic acid thing. That I guess that's how the Joker became the Joker. That toxic acid thingy. Margot Robbie or Harley Quinn jumped Harley Quinn, so she jumped into it, and then the Joker was like, you know what? And then he jumped in it with her, and when she came out, I think half her body was like burnt off or something. I couldn't see it properly, but that scene absolutely confused me. It looked like her body was just like the acid dissolved half of her body, and I was like, did her body grow back? Did it? And then there was like the green and blue makeup in the water. The movie, that scene just confused me. Might not have confused you, but it confused me. Do I have anything else to say about the movie? The end. Yeah, at the end of the movie, the Joker came in to save Harley, and, well, the Joker came in to save Harley, and basically they killed all the guards, and then they went in, and he saved Harley, and he was like, let's go home. Like, that makes you think that they've left, but then that leaves up a question for the Justice League. Who's the bad guy in the Justice League? Because I've seen the Comic-Con Justice League trailer, and Batman says, I think some evil people are coming to destroy the world or something like that. But that made me think, excuse me, but weren't you in Suicide Squad? The Joker literally... Also, oh, it's so confusing. Flash was in Suicide Squad. So, when did the Justice League actually form? It was after Superman's death, I get that, but it's just so confusing to me. It might not be to you, but it is to me. We saw the Flash taking down that Australian guy, but then it's like, was that after the Joker at the end of the movie broke? That makes me think. At the end of the movie, did Joker break out Harley Quinn? Did they break out? Did they go and try to escape, but then did Batman bring them back? Did Batman do anything about that? Because it doesn't say anything about the Joker in the Justice League movie. It doesn't say anything about him. That makes me think, well, Batman, do you not care that Joker just broke out Harley Quinn? Because Flash took down that Australian guy in it. That makes me think the Justice League team were around when Batman was taking everyone back to prison, like Harley Quinn and Joker and all of them all. And that just makes me, I can't explain it. It's just so confusing. And my review is done now, because I've let it go. And I'm gonna leave now. Is there anything else to say? Anything else? I like the end of the movie. But I'm confused again! Because, like, okay. Basically, at the end of the movie, Joker went to break out Harley. So they've obviously escaped from prison. Batman's not doing anything about that. But the Justice League team were around when Batman was taking all those people back to prison. But at the end of the movie, it showed Batman getting the files from that random lady that put the Suicide Squad together. She gave him files, and he was like, so these are the people that I'm going to be using for the Justice League. But weren't they around when you were taking out the Suicide Squad? So wasn't Batman getting the... So, basically, so that should have actually happened at the beginning of the movie, instead of at the end of the movie, because now it doesn't make sense. Did none of that literally happen yet? Did that all happen before all that? Did that all happen before the actual whole Suicide Squad thing? Oh, it's so confusing. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so, just watch the movie and you might get what I mean. It's so confusing, I can't even explain it, otherwise I'll just make less and less sense. I'm gonna leave now because I'm honestly just, the movies confuse me now. But it was a good movie. I'd give it at least a 4 out of 5 because it's confused me, so it doesn't get that other star. So hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I've been King Awesome and I've been confused, and I'm gonna leave. I just did a review in my onesie. That's a first. Doodles!
In the mixer.